into the joints, ligaments, and bones. ProPad has been designed with a flexible frog support to fill the void between frog and ground when the horse is shod. Therefore, ProPad extends the frog, relieves stress on the hoof capsule, and recreates a naturally barefoot pressure from the ground.
Basically, how we use the razor pads with our sport horses, which we do predominantly 3-day event horses, because you have the built-in expansion joint here. Okay, once we nail these on, we use them as a full pad, and once it's nailed on, we put a minimal amount of a sole support material underneath. And how we go ahead and do that is, like here you have a pad nailed onto a shoe. We'll just use this as an example. I essentially put my thumb back in here because I don't want a lot of the sole support material in the sole or up towards the toe, and then we'll lift this up. And then we'll shoot the Equipack or whatever brand you prefer, and then as soon as it sets, it takes about 42 seconds. Then we'll let go of this, and it'll leave this center section elevated so that you can provide positive frog pressure. Very simple, it's fast, and these are nice and lightweight. So it's a simple trick. We sort of figured it out by accident, but it's the most effective way to use them. And in terms of using materials, Equithane, normally you'd use an entire tube to do a pair of feet. So this is about half the cost because you're not putting any really under here, and it's essentially going underneath the frog. So it's real easy to do. And if you're not using your finger, we're using like a hoof knife and taking the knife and turning it sideways.
Hey, I'm Mitch Taylor, and I'm down here in Texas at the Razor Shoe facility. Just want to tell you a little bit about this shoe. There's a lot of shoes that come down the pike and a lot of new fads that come down nowadays, but this one seems to make a lot of sense to me. A couple things I like about it. It's fairly low profile, it's light, and it not only moves and expands this way and this way, but it only has a certain amount of movement, and the movement that it accommodates seems to match up well with the horse's foot. So it gives the kind of the best of both worlds, that it gives rigid support, which I'm a believer in, but also allows subtle physiological movement. So that's why that I've incorporated this into the curriculum of the Kentucky Horseshoeing School to allow students to understand some of the more the shoes that have a little bit more development engineering behind them.